Venerable Vello Vaartnou is a Buddhist monk from Estonia. He holds a Geishe, a Tibetan Buddhist academic degree. Today he is living in Australia. He is the main organizer of the 2012 Buddhism and Australia conference. We are glad to welcome Venerable Vello Vaartnou in our Buddhistdoor offices to learn more about his past and present projects.
We came here in person today. So about the conferences. The history for conference starts before because I made already 5 conferences in Europe before, and it was about Buddhist history in Baltic Sea region, and the main purpose was to gather together, Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Denmark, Norway.
Vello Vaartnou has openly practiced Buddhism during the Soviet rule, when all religious activities were banned. From 1974 to 1987 he studied at the Volga monastery, the only Buddhist spiritual center in the former Soviet Union. During this time he gathered and translated many Buddhist texts. He has a particular passion for building stupas, a skill he had learned from Tibetan and Mongolian stupa masters. Under his guidance, 4 stupas were built. Vello Vaartnou is also a recognized Tanka painter.
As I mentioned, that I started in Estonia, and 2 years ago I moved to Australia. And this year was the first conference in Australia. It was called Buddhism in Australia. Why? Because I'm a Buddhist and I live in Australia, and it's very nice. I'm in Australia, and it's very nice to say that it's Buddhism in Australia. But it was meant actually to gather together all countries here in Asia as well. And I live in Perth, it's an industrial city. So there's nothing interesting actually. And then I thought that it will be very useful. It will be very useful to do conference about Buddhism. And then there are a couple of Chinese organizations, some of them from Cambodia, Laos, altogether maybe 12 or 13 organizations. But they are not so powerful, except Ajahn Brahm, because I think that he's a tremendous person actually to do such work in Australia. He studied, in Cambridge physics, and then he left the university. When he finished it, and he went to Australia. No, he came to Thailand first, and then after Thailand he went to Australia, and he started in an empty place actually. And I asked him to write about his memories, and it's very interesting to read because he even describes that children, were throwing stones on them when they were going around and asking for food as monks. And now they are monastery and everything, and I think that Ajahn Brahm is a very powerful person actually, very charismatic. I belong to Ningyawa school. It's a Tibetan school of Buddhism. And all 9 persons who has moved to Australia with me, they all belong to the same school. But my idea was actually in Australia, maybe I could gather them together a little bit more. Buddhists to work together. Why? Because until now it seems that all are separated. Cambodia, Laos, Chinese, and nobody knows about others. And that was my first goal actually, to do a conference and to see how many people will take part of it. And even Ajahn Brahm was there with his monks in the conference. So it came out, I think, very well. Next year it will be bigger, more people, and 4 different panels. First panel will be dedicated to Buddhist history. And second, it's for philosophy. And third, it's Buddhist sutras and texts and commentaries. And the 4th panel is free. Everybody can not everybody, but I mean people who want to take part of it, they can choose subject what they want, but this has to be connected to the Buddhism. So that's the next plan. I've been always interested in knowledge, and why I'm doing this conference is because maybe I'm using the people to get more knowledge about Buddhism, for myself and for others as well. And in my case, I'm a very bad teacher. I mean, to gather people together and teach them. Why? Because I read some lectures in Tallinn University, and I wasn't satisfied. Why? Because it takes so long time to explain to the people, and I can't do work as in university every day, going there and reading lectures. It's too boring for me. I like to read myself a lot, and to organize, to do things. That's better.